Posung Middle and High School in Seoul. School life is an important time in which our dreams are formed. Here we can find a display commemorating the traces of the ones who carried out the dreams from their younger days. And the person placed at the very first seat of this display is Yom Sang-seop.
염상섭은 한국 근대 문학의 선구자로 1920년대에 활발하게 문학 활동한 작가로서 이강수, 김동인과 함께 한국 근대 문학을 창시한 사람이라 해도 과언이 아닐 정도이죠.
He was the vivid eyewitness of modern Korean history.
Yom Sang-seop. He was a hard-working common citizen, a modern intellectual with a strong conviction. Although a liberalist, he insisted on gradual reformation as a conservative. He was introspective but theoretical and realistic at the same time. Even in poverty and despair, he firmly stood against injustice with his beliefs. For over the 60 years of his life among alcohol, pen, and manuscripts, he lived his life as a common citizen and a firm humanist. He was ever so much closely connected to our lives.
During his 30 years as a writer, Yom Sang-seop left as many as 500 pieces of work. 3 Generations, published in 1931, is evaluated as the most prominent result achieved among modern realist fiction.
3대란 작품은 대한민국 고등학교 교과서에 나올 정도로 아주 유명한 작품이고 그 왜 유명하냐면은 조선의 현실을 잘 그려냈다고 보기 때문에 그렇게 볼 수 있는데 당시 1930년대 조선이라는 것은 봉건과 근대로 넘어 ENG였고 일제 체화 속에서의 조국 항복을 주장한 많은 사람들이 있었죠. 이 두 가지 상황들이 한 작품 속에서 녹아 들어가 있기 때문에 우리 문학사에서 굉장히 중요한 작품이라고 얘기하고 있습니다.
This piece provides an account of generational conflicts within a well-to-do family during the ideological upheaval of the 1930s. It is a drama on 3 generations. Cho Ui-kwan, the materialist grandfather who tries to buy honor with money. Cho Sang-hoon, the father who tries to go against this feudalism. And the grandson, Cho Deok-gi, who stands in the intermediary position.
여기에 우리가 집에서 자네가 내게 불만일지 모르네. 어쨌든 말이야. 자네만이 괴로운 건 아니지.
그런 건 부르주아의 호사스러운 고통, 호강스러운 센티멘탈리즘이겠지.
자네 눈에 그렇게 보일지 모르지만 우리 집안 3대가 함께 사는 우리 집안 속을 모르니까 그런 소리를 하는 걸세.
The Mammonish age in which money was considered more important than morality, even between blood relations, is a part of the shameful history that the Japanese colonization aroused. Through the conflict between the 2 main characters, Yom Sang-seop describes the contradictions of modern capitalism of that period.
할아버지 조의관하고 아들 조상훈 같은 경우는 상당히 갈등이 있었는데 이 갈등의 의미는 봉건과 근대의 갈등이라고 볼 수 있습니다. 이 틈에 손자인 조덕기가 있어서 그 2 가지 상황을 갈등을 절충하는 형태로 볼 수 있겠고
Cho Deok-gi is a sympathizer in this novel, an observer who agrees with his father's thoughts but does not follow him. Cho Deok-gi, who tried to affectionately embrace the confrontation between generation and ideology without being indulged in materialism, was an image of truth that Yom Sang-seop pursued. 1897, Yom Sang-seop was educated by his grandfather during his childhood and experienced the conflicts between generations. When attending Posung Middle School at the age of 14, his passion toward national patriotism and journalism increased. At 15, he left for Japan to study for 8 years.
8년 동안의 일본 체험을 가지고 있는 작가로서 일본의 근대 문명을 몸으로 체득한 작가라고 볼 수 있죠. 그래서 근대세계를 나가려고 했는데 근데 근대세계를 나가자니 일본이 있겠고 조선은 봉건제 사회고 이 두 가지 상황 속에서 작가는 굉장히 고민을 많이 했던 작가라고 볼 수 있겠습니다.
Yom Sang-seop was interested in modern Japanese studies so as to enter the prestigious Keio University. Japan taught him what modernism was and how to think in a logical modern way, and showed him the future ideals that he must pursue. However, taking into consideration the realities of the loss of the nation, Japan was also an object of hostility that he had to overcome. His academic years in Japan was the loneliest and most distressing time of his life. After getting married in Korea, Yom Sang-seop became the founding member of a newspaper, worked as a reporter, and helped launch a literary journal. The realist fiction he pursued in the historical whirlpool was dedicated to the importance of human life.
염상섭 문학의 특징은 크게 한 세 가지 정도로 얘기할 수 있겠는데, 첫째는 근대 문학을 만들었다는 얘기고, 두 번째는 일상적 생활의 중요성을 얘기했다는 얘기고, 세 번째는 식민지 치하 속에서의 고뇌하는 지식인의 자아의 내면 세계를 아주 상세하게 보여줬다는 점이 될 수 있겠습니다. 흔히들 얘기하기를 염상섭 문학은 사실주의 문학이다라고 얘기하고 있는데, 염상섭은 본인 얘기하기를 실제 체험한 이야기를 작품으로 만들었다라고 얘기하고 있습니다.
Yom Sang-seop was a writer who lived his life in modern literature. For him, the heroes of modern society were the middle class. That is how Yom Sang-seop was able to portray the truthful lives of the people during those times.
최근에 우리 문학사 연구자들한테 염상섭 문학을 새롭게 보고 있는 이유가, 한국이 가지고 있는 특별한 상이라는 것은 근대가 시작될 때에 식민지 체험을 했다는 이야기죠. 이 식민지상을 극복하기 위해서 어떻게 극복할 것인가에 대한 어떤 하나의 지식인 내면적인 모습, 그런 지식인의 내면적 모습을 잘 보여주고 있기 때문에 특히 이런 소설은 고백적 소설이라고 합니다.
By handling the painful lives of the middle class for 60 years of his life, Yom Sang-seop showed us the true spirit of humanist literature. He is one of the most prominent novelists of Korean literature, a force for Korean prose.
Yom Sang-seop refused artificiality. Rather, he made an effort to understand the society as they were. And that was the same for his world of literature. Accepting modern realism as a base for his works, Yom Sang-seop made sure of the mission and limits of his literature from the very beginning. His literature, which came into being from the idea that my literature must become the fertilizer for the everlasting development of Korean literature, has certainly been the firm support of our literature.